Hello and welcome to episode 5 of this video blog documenting my journey into Warlord Games Bolt Action. I'm going to start this video with a quick progress report on my early war French infantry. You may remember from episode 3 that I still had about 70% of the box still to build and paint. Well, I have now mostly finished all of those models, barring a few extra ones that I put together with spares that I had. These extra ones are to replace the officer models holding the SMG that I had originally included in each squad. After reading the comments left on the last video, it was pointed out that in the French setup, if you include an SMG, then that model must be taken as the loader to the LMG. This is something that I didn't know before I was putting the kit together. I don't know why this is. It may be historically accurate and that's how early war French infantry units were armed. I have to give two apologies for this video. First, I had a really bad cold this month and it's knocked me out of action for a long time, and this video has been posted a lot later than I had wanted. My second apology is for the lighting. It's getting very dark very early here in the UK, and lighting to film has been a bit challenging. However, I will be getting some new lights to help me film, and if anyone knows any good and cheap lights, let me know. I am pleased with how the French have come out. This is a very simple colour scheme, but when they're all grouped together, they look really good. This was also a good opportunity to get all of the models I had finished so far out of storage and put them all together. It's good to see them out of storage, and nothing quite beats a bunch of painted miniatures out and on display. I'm pleased with the progress I've made so far over the last 4 months of this project. For my next purchase, and something that will feature in the next video, I have bought a truck as a transport option for my French, and I've also bought the metal French Army support group from Warlord Games. This, I think, will even out the two forces points-wise. Let's get into the main focus of this video. As always, my name is Gareth and this is my video blog documenting my journey into Warlord Games Bolt Action. I am taking a break this month from building up and painting the two armies to work on a bit of terrain. This video will be split over at least 2 videos, I think. All of the terrain that I currently have, and I don't have that much, but all of it is for 40k, and unfortunately the grim dark look of this doesn't fit with the World War II gaming. So to rectify that, I've bought this 2-story MDF building from Sarisa Precision. At least I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. They are a great company based in Nottingham in the UK, and I will put a link to their website in the description of this video below. This was a relatively cheap kit, £17 I think, and I would recommend checking out their website. In this kit you get everything you need to build a 2-story detached house made from MDF and cardboard. Famous last words, but the instructions look clear and it looks like a relatively simple build. Also, I want to make a small wood or forest to go with this house, so I have some plastic armature tree trunks. I've had these lying around for so long out of the packet that I can't remember where I got them from. They may have been Woodland Scenics tree trunks, but I really can't remember. Again, I have some MDF bases onto which I will mount the trees, and I have 2 types of clump foliage, a dark green and a light green. These are from Woodland Scenics. I also got some hobby tack glue, and this is to stick the foliage onto the armature, and some filler paste to build up the MDF bases. And onto the building. Before we start, this is a great time to mention that I've bought myself a new cutting mat. I got this mat during a recent visit to the Tank Museum at Bovington. If you are able and can make the visit, I highly recommend it. It's a great museum and charts the history of armoured warfare from the very beginning all the way to the present day. As I said, the instructions were really clear. I started by cutting out all of the MDF pieces and cutting away any loose bits on the edges. I then did some dry fitting to make sure it would all go together before I started gluing the pieces down. I really wasn't sure which adhesive to use, so I went for Gorilla Wood Glue. Gorilla Wood Glue has an interesting cap on the top, and at first it wasn't clear to me where you were meant to open the bottle. And what transpires next is not my finest moment. Mistakes were made, and I am deeply ashamed of the results. As you can see, the glue went everywhere. All over the MDF, in places that I didn't want it to go, all over the cutting mat, absolutely everywhere. Unfortunately, what I did do was remove the whole of the cap, as you would with a plastic glue or super glue. What I should have done is pull the cap up just a bit, as this acts like a regulator for the amount of glue that can come out. I only discovered this after an impressively long time, and after I had covered most of the table in glue. Once I did work this out, gluing was much easier. As I said, this was my first experience of building MDF terrain, and I can say I am already a big fan. The kits from Sarisa Precision are fantastic value for money, and once put together they are very light, which will make storage of a lot of them easier. Also, the price is so much cheaper than plastic terrain kits. As I move forward with this project, I will try my hand at building my own terrain, but for now, and in the interest of getting terrain built and painted and on the tabletop quickly, these MDF kits will work well. For the trees, I glued the MDF bases together. I plan on building up a layer of filler and texturing it with some sand and small rocks. Onto the smaller bases, I will glue the tree armatures themselves. This will enable me to remove the trees, but keep the base of the forest on the table. This will be useful if I want to simulate models taking cover inside the wood. For my first bolt action table, I'm planning on basing it on a rural French village. This will be in keeping with the theme of early war 1940 German invasion into France. So a central village with buildings and paved roads, and I'm envisaging this being surrounded by trees and fields, and I'll see if I can scratch build a small river to go with that as well. Putting the second floor together was a lot easier. This was a trial and error project. Like I said, it was the first time I'd used MDF and this type of kit. Putting the second floor together was a lot easier than putting the first floor together. Working out how the glue bottle worked made a massive difference. And just before my voice finally gives out, I will end part 1 of this video here. In the next video I will finish the building and prime it ready for painting, and I will also make some more progress on the trees. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video and the other 4 videos in my video blog, please do consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like and a comment. It really does help me and help with my motivation for putting these videos out. Thank you.